Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from guitarlessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins. So this one is tuned down a half step, so make sure you got every string on your guitar tuned down a half step. So that's E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Alright, so we have a few different sections here, some really nice parts, there's some arpeggiated picking parts, but it's mostly just open chords. No bar chords to play, so it's pretty easy on the left hand especially. So let's take a look here. We're going to start with that opening that we have, which is also the verse later in the song. It sounds like this. Alright, so we're going to start here with basically the bottom half of a G chord. So that's the third fret on the low E, second fret on the A, then open D and the open G. Just play those with straight downstrokes. Then you're going to add these two notes. You're going to add the third fret on the A and the third fret on the B. And from there you can strum pretty much across to the B string. Then go back to the previous chord. And then back. We'll talk more about the rhythm in a second, and now the next chord is just going to be an E minor chord. And then you're going to add those same two fingers. And when you go to that, you can pretty much play all six strings. So we have this. So a simplified rhythm of that is just now, the rhythm has a quick little burst in it, a 16th note burst in it. You can do all downstrokes on most of it. But when it changes the chord, it's a quick down, up, down. Then just straight back to the downstroke. So it is. Alright, so from there we go to the end of the intro. It has the chorus riff, which sounds like this. Alright, so that's just this. You're going to play the third fret on the A, second fret on the D, open G, third fret on the B. So play those four strings, then switch it to this chord where you're going to leave your third finger there. Then you're going to play the second fret on the A string, open D and open G. So like this. And then you're going to switch it here. Now we're going to have, it's basically a D major chord, except you're going to pick up your second finger. So have the high E string open, and you're going to have the A string in the bass as well. So we have this. Now once again, that's a simplified rhythm of that. When you go to that final chord, you have to do that quick little down, up, down speed burst again. After 3 times, then you go back to that G chord with that little addition there. All right, and then we get to the verse, which is a really nice arpeggiated picking part. Let me play through it real quick. So it's going to repeat that. So it basically is extremely simple in the left hand. You're basically just playing the same picking pattern, but just one note in the left hand, which is the bass note, which I'll just show you the bass notes real quick. It's going to be 3 and 5 in the beginning. So from that, you're going to pick, the picking pattern is just going to be down on the 5th string, up on the open B, up on the open G. Do that again. So you do that twice in a row. Then you can pick down on the A string and then up on the open G. And that finishes the pattern. So it's a full 8-note pattern. One more time. You see the rule there is I'm always picking in the direction of the next string that I'm going to be playing. That makes that arpeggiated picking easier to do because you're always going towards where you need to be. So we have that picking pattern. Now that stays very consistent. You would now just move the left hand up to the 5th fret on the A string and do the exact same picking pattern there. And just rotate between the two. So we have this. So we have that far, and then the vocals come in. So from the vocals, you continue with that. So I went through those two different root notes there twice, and then you move up to the 7th fret. Same exact picking pattern, and then the 10th fret on the A. Same exact picking pattern. So you did each one of those just once. So all together. Alright, so it's pretty simple stuff. And then he starts back over again. Does that whole riff again. And then we get to the pre-chorus, which sounds like this. And that goes to the chorus. So it's just a G chord, full G major chord, then a full D major chord, but this time we have an F sharp in the bass. So reach your thumb over. You're going to hit all 6 strings, but you're going to have the low E string held at the 2nd fret with your thumb. And then the E minor chord. So this. From there it goes to A minor. If you don't know these chords, you can learn them at my guitarlessons365.com. Just look in the beginner section, you'll see these open position chords. We have G, D, F sharp in the bass, E minor. Then that goes to A minor, and then C major. So he does some of those speed bursts every once in a while on those two. So this part right here is leading up to the chorus. Later in the song, there's a long extended version of this where he just keeps repeating these chords before the last chorus, pretty much. He just keeps going on that. All right, so then we get to the chorus, which is, we've already covered really the riffs, but it's kind of extended in the actual chorus of the song. It has Alright, so we're starting with that same familiar riff. So 3 times. Then you go to an E minor. Just a straight down rhythm. An A minor. And then back. And then that'll eventually take you back to this same intro riff. Now he continues playing that riff for the second verse, so he treats that now as the second verse. And then as he goes through the second verse, he goes back to the picking part. But that's as far as he goes with it, and he goes straight to the pre-chorus and the same old chords. Alright, so we just basically go through all that. Now at the very end there's a little outro which he basically just has a and is back to that same little picking pattern. He starts really going slow with it though. And you're going to end with those first three chords that start that pre-chorus, but he picks across them a little bit. So you're not just going to go strum each one once. You want to pick the lowest notes and then the middle. That is pretty much it. It's got some very simple chords in it and a nice little picking exercise as well, and it's a great song. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com.